Hi guys, welcome back to the channel. So let's start today's video with the next chapter, which is the chapter number 4, information technology and information systems in a business. Okay, so let's quickly look at the learning objectives that we are expecting from this chapter. Number 1 is data and information, the difference between the two and the characteristics of information. Okay, number 2, types of information system, that is the TPS, MIS, DSS, EIS and ES. Different software applications, which are spreadsheet, databases and accountancy packages. The advantages of computerization, what is cloud computing and its benefits, what is artificial intelligence and its use in accounting, what is big data, its features and its benefits, blockchain technology, its features and its benefits, the cybersecurity and a few solutions to protect the IT systems and data from being corrupted or stolen. Okay, so let's quickly get into the chapter. So firstly, what the chapter talks about is data and information. Now, what is data and information? In a day-to-day language, we tend to interchange both these words. We tend to use data in place of information and information in place of data. So what exactly is the difference between the two? So data is raw information, raw figures, raw facts, raw transactions, and information is the processed data which provides meaningful message to the receiver. Okay, so data consists of numbers, letters, facts, raw figures and transactions which have not been processed and just being recorded. Okay, so and information is the processed data which provides meaning to the person who receives it. Okay, thus helping in decision making. Now, what are the types of data? Now, data can be classified into various types, which is qualitative data, quantitative data, discrete data, continuous data, and primary secondary data. Okay, so what is quantitative data? Quantitative data provides information in numerical forms. Okay, for example, number of units produced, number of sales units sold. Okay, number of units sold, or the amount of sales done in a month. Okay, and qualitative data is the quality of goods produced. Okay, so qualitative data provides you not numeric but the qualitative features of the information, and quantitative data provides you information in a numerical form. Now, what is discrete data and continuous data? Now, discrete data is in whole numbers. Okay, not the points, like hours worked is in the form of 4.5 hours. Okay, or 8.5 hours a day. So it is continuous data, it is in the form of points. Okay, and discrete data is number of units produced. 100 units were produced in a day, so it is discrete. We cannot say that 100 and 100.5 units produced in a day. Okay, no. So it is discrete data which is not in points, and which is in points it is continuous data. Now, what is primary and secondary data? We all know what is primary and secondary data. Primary data is data collected for the first time, and secondary data is the data which we are using, which have been earlier collected and it is being used again. Okay, information is vital to organizations and is provided both internally and externally. Okay, information is used by various parties in an organization, for example the stakeholders or the directors or the managers, the employees, the government agencies, the general public. Okay, so for different reasons different types of stakeholder groups use the data. Shareholders to look at the performance, customers and suppliers to look what is this state of the business. Okay, or how the stable the business is. Employees to know how the company will operate or whether their jobs are secure or not. The government agencies, for example the tax purposes, or whether to check whether the company is complying with the government rules and regulations. Okay, legal rules and regulations. So it's like that. Now, let's discuss the what are the qualities of good information. Okay, a good information needs to be accurate. The acronym that we will use for the good qualities of information is accurate. Now, A stands for accurate. The information needs to be accurate, it needs to be precise. okay, so that the decision maker can clearly make a decision. Okay, the information gives a clear information. Okay, now the information, the next is the C. Okay, the information needs to be complete. We cannot provide incomplete information. Okay, so more the information is more accurate and complete the information is, the more reliable the decision will be. ओके, नाउ कॉस्ट, द इंफॉर्मेशन शुड बी कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि हमारे जो कॉस्ट है इंफॉर्मेशन की वो इतनी ज़्यादा है, कॉस्ट ऑफ कलेक्टिंग एंड प्रिपेयरिंग द प्रेजेंटिंग द इंफॉर्मेशन इज सो मच दैट द डिसीजन दैट वी विल मेक फ्रॉम that information is worthless. Okay, it should be cost effective, so that the cost of collecting the information, okay, collecting and processing the information is less than the benefits that will be derived from the decision being made. Okay, now you is understandable. The information should be understandable. Okay, ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि information हमने provide तो कर दी but किसी को समझ ही ना आए. For example, if you are a France company, okay, and we have to provide information to the stakeholders in India, so ऐसे नहीं होना चाहिए कि हम फ्रेंच में सब कुछ लिख दें. फॉर एग्जांपल हम फ्रेंच में सब कुछ लिख दें और इंडिया में हम लोग रिपोर्ट बना के भेजते तो किसी को समझ ही नहीं आएगी. ओके, सो इट शुड बी अंडरस्टैंडेबल. ओके, नॉट इन टर्म्स जस्ट ऑफ लैंग्वेज बट ऑल्सो इन द टर्म्स ऑफ प्रेजेंटेशन. राइट, इट शुड बी रेलिवेंट. irrelevant नहीं होना चाहिए. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, इफ अ सेल्स director, okay, if a sales director asks for the information, we cannot provide information of the production department, right? So it should be relevant. Relevant people should get relevant information. Now next is A is adaptable. It should be easily tailored. Okay, it should be easily tailored to the needs. Okay, जिसको जैसी इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए हम उसको वैसी इंफॉर्मेशन प्रोवाइड करेंगे. ये नहीं है कि हम बहुत ही स्मॉल लेवल ऑफ मैनेजर्स को बहुत ही हाई लेवल की इंफॉर्मेशन दे देंगे. नो, information should be tailored to the needs of the user, right? It should be timely. Next is timely. Information needs to be provided on time. ऐसा नहीं होना चाहिए कि अगर हमें आज इंफॉर्मेशन चाहिए तो वो हमें इंफॉर्मेशन 10 दिन बाद मिल रही है, उसका हमारे पास अब कोई यूज़ नहीं रह जाएगा 10 दिन, क्योंकि जो हमें डिसीजंस आज लेने वो हम उनको 10 दिन बाद पर नहीं छोड़ सकते. नो, so it should be timely. And the last is easy to use, right? So as I told you earlier, information should be presented in such a way that it should be understandable, it can be easily used, okay, and should be sent through the right medium and the communication channels. Okay, so we'll do the test to understand number later. Now let's quickly move on to the next topic, which is information technology and information system. Okay, now what is information technology? First, information technology is the we capture, we store, okay, we process, we present the data. Okay, and information technology, information system. What is information system? Information system is the management and the provisions of these information technologies, okay, which are used to make decisions by the decision maker. Okay, simply the information technology is used to put information in the information systems. Okay, to put simply, information technology is the subset of information system, right? Let's further discuss what are the types of information systems, so that the concept of information system is much more clear. Now, in an organization at various levels, there are various types of information systems. Okay, information systems is the word I'm using. Okay, so first is the MIS, TPS. Okay, TPS is transaction processing system. Okay, now at various levels in an organization, various types of information is required. Okay, for operational, it is the day-to-day information that is required. Okay, for the day-to-day operations of the activity. At the tactical level, information on a regular basis is required. For example, on a monthly basis or a quarterly basis or a weekly basis. Okay, and at a strategic level, it is the both the internal as well as the external information. Okay, information from all the aspects of the organization as well as the external information, such as the competitors policy, the government policies, or the legal changes that is happening in the environment, or the customer requirements, customers needs. Okay, that needs to be taken in account. So there are various needs of various needs of information at various levels in an organization. So TPS is used at the operational level. Okay, at the operational level means it provides day to day information. Okay, TPS is used to provide and record day to day information. Okay, daily information, and the reporting is done on a routine basis. Okay, it is used by operational managers. Okay, now examples, what are the examples? The sales and the marketing system, which are used to record the sales information, the marketing or promotional activities. Okay, manufacturing production systems. Now it is used to record the purchase and the production and the shipping of goods, the goods that have been received, the raw material that had been received and used in the production. Okay, and the finance and the accounting system used for the maintenance of financial data in an organization. Okay, now next is the MIS, that is the management information system. Now management information system is used by managers at tactical level, the middle level. Okay, who needs information on a regular basis. What does the MIS do? MIS takes the information from the TPS and processes it in such a way that it is useful for the tactical level managers. Okay, the management information system converts the data from the TPS into information for tactical managers. Okay, this information will be designed to help them to monitor the performance, maintain coordination, and provide the background information about the organization's operations. Okay, now it uses both the historic data as well as the current analysis. Okay, it has both the historic as well as the current. Why the TPS has a current data? Okay, because the historic data is already there in the MIS and will be used by the tactical level managers, whereas the TPS level managers have no use of the historic data. They just need the day to day information, right? So next is the DSS, which is the decision support system. Now decision support system can be used by any level of managers. Okay, the decision support system, for example, if a tactical level manager has to make a decision, he will not go every now and then to the strategic managers to ask them for their advice. He will, but not on every decisions, right? Few decisions are to be taken by him alone. Okay, so decision support systems are used in such a way that every level manager can use the DSS to make the decisions. Okay, with the information that they have. Now DSS is designed specifically for each level. Okay, the DSS for tactical managers is different, the DSS for operational managers is different, and the DSS for strategic managers are different. Okay, they have different information in uh, their respective management systems. Okay, so according to which the DSS gives them a advice, or say suppose an advice on the decisions that they are about to take. Okay, with analyzing the degree of risk, the degree of information that they have. Okay, uh, they are tailor made, okay, to the requirements of the organization. Okay, the DSS draws information about the organization and the external information for the strategic managers. Now the executive information system, the executive information system is used by the strategic managers. Okay, the strategic managers, the highest level of management, uses executive information system. Okay, executive information system has all the information from the MIS that processes the information from the TPS. Okay, and it has the executive information system has information from both the current and the past, the internals and the externals. Okay, externals, as we discussed, the competitors policy or the customer expectation or the government policies. Okay, and also the current performance of the company, the past performance of the company, and the external factors. It considers everything. Okay, so that meaningful information is provided to the strategic managers, and it also converts the information into reports, the charts, the summarized reports. Okay, it presents the information not in a raw form but in a completely useful manner, the completely useful and summarized reports. Okay, now what are expert systems? Expert systems are like, for example, we have a legal advisor. It's like that. Okay, it provides you with the expert advice. Okay, it is again at every level. Okay, it provides you with expert advice and recommends you with the decisions. Okay, uh, expert system holds specialist knowledge and allows non-experts to interrogate the system for information, advice, and recommended decisions. Okay, expert systems are widely used in technical or complex areas such as the law, the taxation, the banking, the medicines. Okay, and this is not a part of the normal hierarchy of the information but will be used by employees at all the levels of the organization. Generally, we have all our legal advisors or expert advisors, but where they are not available, for example in a small organization, so ES can be used, expert systems can be used. Okay, initially only the setup cost is high, but then it is very useful in case of small organizations, right? So uh, these were the types of information systems, okay, that are present in an organization. Okay, so now let's get to the software applications. Okay, software applications that are installed in these uh, information systems. Okay, the first one is the spreadsheet. A very classic example of spreadsheets is a Microsoft Excel that we used in our day-to-day life. Okay, spreadsheets are designed to analyze data and sort lists in an item. Okay, rather than making a uh, crunch of numbers and storing lists of items on a manual basis or in a word format, for example, it helps to store data in a much more easy and interactive way, right? So what are the examples of what are the advantages of spreadsheets? Okay, it is relatively easy to use. We all know that how easy Excel is to use. Okay, require little training to get started. Obviously, we all have learned how to use Excel in our school life, right? Most data managers are familiar to them. The ability to collaborate using co-authorized spreadsheets and see each other's changes in a matter of seconds. Okay, in an organization, various computer systems are linked to each other. Okay, various data files are linked to each other, various databases are linked to each other, so that if one change happens in one computer, the simultaneous computers have the same change. Okay, same change, they see the same kind of data. Okay, so the changes happen in a matter of seconds. Okay, now what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages: data must be recopied over and over again to maintain separate data and files. Okay, they may be unable to efficiently identify data errors. Now even if we have a single spelling mistakes, Excel has a drawback of not correcting them like we have in Microsoft Word. Okay, so it's like that. Now lack of detailed sorting and querying ability. There can be a sharing violations amongst users wishing to view or change the data at the same time. Okay, now databases. Now what are the examples of databases? Databases as an example, advantages of the most important benefit gained by using of database is the ease in reporting of shit. Like I told you, various databases are linked to each other so that information is viewed and shared in all the computer. Okay, the same information, the same type of information is shared. Now databases require little or no duplication of data. Okay, like in Excel we have to copy the files from one place to another, one file to another. Databases does not need such a duplication. Changes must be made to data, do not copy corrupt the program. Okay, databases offer good security to restrict users from accessing privileged information and from changing coded information in the program, right? uh, Disadvantages: what are the disadvantages? Requires the users to learn new system. Now databases needs a high level of knowledge to operate, right? No random person can go and access a database, right? A database requires prior knowledge. Now the requirements of capital are very high, so requires investment in training and software. Okay, the initial time and the cost of migrating all the data into new database system is significant. Like I told you, for example, the expert system. Okay, the expert systems, these are the examples of these are such examples. Okay, while setting up a expert system, database that has been installed requires a very high initial capital investment. Now, accountancy packages. Okay, what are the examples of accountancy packages? Accountancy packages such as mug, okay, or tally, I would say. So what are the advantages? Rapid recording of transactions, okay, and little livelihood of mistakes, right? Rapid production of reports and financial statements, right? We just need to input the data, and then all the reports, all the financial statements will be produced automatically, right? It even if there is a mistake, okay, it corrects automatically, or it signifies, it prompts you that it has a mistake, right? So what are the disadvantages? Disadvantages is it requires training. Okay, the installation and the purchase is really very high. The cost of installation and purchase is high and may be unnecessary for small businesses with low number of transactions, right? Now let's move to a new topic, which is known as cloud computing. Now, what is cloud computing? Cloud computing is basically computing over the internet. Okay, it eliminates the needs of software, installing different types of softwares or applications or servers. Okay, set eliminates the needs of setting hundreds of computers. Okay, linking those computers. Okay, it just stores data on a cloud, and then the users that have an access to those clouds can easily access that information. For example, I would say Google Drive, for example. Okay, it is a very classic example of cloud computing. All those people who have the access, who have that ID and password for that particular drive, can access that information. Okay, you just need to search Google Drive, enter the password, authorized passwords, and then you can have the information. Okay, now what are the benefits of such cloud computing? It helps to share and store data easily. Okay, the storage of data is very easy, and we can easily just give our IDs and passwords and share data, right? It's an on demand self service. Whenever we demand information, it is with us, right? It is flexible. It we just need a computer system or just a internet connection to access these Google Drives and informations. Okay, the collaboration. Okay, we can just simply work with other users simultaneously. Okay, because all the types of people have all the similar type of information. Okay, so the information can be used easily. It is more competitive. Okay, the small firms, without using any significant investment, can use these type of information technologies. Okay, so it gives a competitive edge to the small organization. Now it is easier scaling. Cloud services provide high level of flexibility in terms of size, number of authorized users, etc. This means that the service can grow as the business grows, and allows the businesses to scale up much more easily, right? Because now the firms will have investments saved to invest in much areas. Okay, where the business can get a higher interest, for example, right? Now reduced maintenance. This does not, these types of cloud computing does not require very much of maintenance, which, for example, the database is required or the accountancy package is required. Okay, does not need to be upgraded or require maintenance on a regular basis. Now backup, the backup is automatic in cloud computing. Okay, you does not need to have a hard drive or manual backing up of data in case of cloud computing. Disaster recovery. Disaster recovery in cloud computing is faster and cheaper because it has a ready backup for the information. So it does not data is not stolen or deleted in cloud computing easily. And better security, only the people, authorized people have the access, right? Those who have the authorized access will only use the data, right? So now AI. What is artificial intelligence? Artificial intelligence nowadays is used in every area, right? For example, education or infrastructure or medicines, for example, planning, voice recognition, problem solving. You have all types of artificial intelligence softwares. Okay, classic examples are Siri and Google. Okay, Siri uses is used in Amazon and Alexa, right? So we use artificial intelligence in in our day to day lives, right? Now artificial intelligence is also used in accountancy. Okay, how it is used in accountancy? Artificial intelligence is used in accountancy, for example, to provide automatic reports, okay, or to provide recommendations for the decisions, right? So to provide the coding of to provide the codes to enter the accounting entries, okay, or to recognize what constitute normal activities in order to improve fraud detection, to forecast the revenues with the use of predictive models, to improve the access to an analyze of unstructured data such as contracts, emails, multimedia content. Like we have even accountancy using artificial intelligence on a day-to-day life, okay, in organizations. Now let's move to the next topic, which is big data. Now what is big data? For example, let's take an example of a guitar. If I search a guitar on Google, from the very next second I will have advertisements and videos for guitars on everywhere. For example, my Facebook, my Instagram, my YouTube. Okay, so that the happens with the help of big data. Okay, big data is a term of collection of data which which is so large that it becomes difficult to store and process using the traditional databases and data processing applications. Big data often includes more than simply financial information and can involve more other organizational data which is often unstructured. Okay, so big data, with the help of big data, small firms use big data, okay, to the product, what are the requirements of the customers to know, okay, or what's happening in the legal environment. Okay, so it's like that. What are the examples of data that can be input into the big data, which is the social network traffic, web logs, streamed audio content, banking transactions, web pages histories, like I told you, web page histories and content, government documentations, and financial market data, right? Now features of big data. Big data's features are the 4 V's. Okay, these are the 4 V's, which are volume, variety, velocity, and veracity. Now what is volume? Volume is the amount of data being stored in the big data. Okay, the amount of data that is being stored in the big data is known as volume. Now variety is the kind of information that is being stored. It comes from numerous sources, numerous types. It can be qualitative, quantitative, discrete, continuous, primary, second, all sorts of data. Okay, now the velocity. uh, Velocity is the change that is happening in the information. Okay, the updation of the updation of data, okay, is the velocity. And veracity is the accuracy. Okay, it is the accuracy of information in big data, right? So um, benefits of big data. Okay, what are the benefits? It For example, first, it's driving innovative innovations. Okay, now what are the benefits of big data? Now first is it drives innovation. Okay, it has a competitive edge and improves productivity. How competitive edge? Again, the small firms has a competitive edge because they have easy data, so they have a large sum of money, okay, which they can invest some or so it improves the productivity since they have the data. Okay, so a large amount of data, so it increases their productivity. And uh, since different people have different kinds of search web histories, for example, so it drives innovation. Okay, companies work on the requirements of the consumers. Okay, so it drives innovation. Okay, so there's a topic: how big data and analytics improves the effectiveness of accountancy and audit. Okay, we know how big data is used in accountancy and accountancy and by big firms. Okay, so how does it helps to audit the firms, or affects the effectiveness of accountancy. Okay, for management accounting, big data is contributing to the development of effective management controls and budgeting processes. Okay, financial accounting, big data creates many opportunities for accountants to gain greater insights, predict futures and outcomes, and automate non routine tasks. Okay, reporting, how does it helps in reporting? Big data is helping to improve the quality of accounting standards with the aim of continuing to provide useful information to those with reporting responsibilities in our ever changing global economy, right? And how does it help in audit? Data analysis has enhanced the quality of audit engagement in the recent years, but more significant recent technological advancements in big data and analytics are providing opportunities for better quality of work to be carried out, right? It's not a important topic, it's just we need to have a clear understanding of how big data helps in the in what fields, how does it helps in what fields, right? So now important topic is blockchain technology. What is blockchain technology? Blockchain technology, we must have heard about cryptocurrency, right? Or cryptocurrency, how does crypto, we all have investments, somehow investment in cryptocurrency. So how does cryptocurrency work? It works through the technology of blockchain. Okay, a blockchain is described as a decentralized distribution and a public digital ledger that is used to record transaction across computers, so that records cannot be altered retroactively without the alteration of all subsequent blocks and the consensus of network. So it has different blocks. Okay, uh, I'll show you how. Yeah, there are various blocks. Okay, the blocks that stores information. Okay, and each block is independent of each other, so there are different blocks. Okay, there are different blocks. There's a chain of blocks. Okay, which stores information but is independent, okay, of each other. So when changes happen in one block, it does not affect the prior or the further blocks. Okay, what is the advantages of a blockchain technology? The main advantage of the blockchain technology, since it is independent of each block, it is security. Okay, if even if one blocks get corrupted, or the data is stolen by the some unauthorized access, the rest of the data is completely secure. Okay, uh, it does not affects the data in the other blocks. Okay, so for the very important benefits is the security. So what are the key features of blockchain technology? So blockchain technology has various features. For example, it has immutable ledgers. Okay, it has decentralization. Okay, it it has what I mean by immutable ledgers. Immutable ledgers means, for example, look over here. Immutable ledgers means once the data it is fixed. Okay, once the data is entered, it is fixed. Okay, it since it has unique hash codes and everything for each data we enter. Okay, so data is very difficult to change or like that. So since it has immutable ledgers, it has a great security. Okay, the data is highly secure. Okay, the hash codes secure the data. Okay, now the decentralization of the power of the block. blockchain technology. Okay, each block has its own unique hash codes and own unique powers. Okay, so the block, if changes happens in the block, okay, it remains in that block, and no further changes happens in the subsequent blocks. Okay, for example, and when a transaction takes place, the details are recorded by everyone. Okay, the value, the time, the date, the details of those parties involved, all the ledgers that make up the blockchain technology are updated in the same way. Okay, and the data is changed with the agreement of everyone in that certain chain. Okay, so a high degree of data, a high degree of security of data again. Okay, the process of verifying the transaction is being carried out by the computers. It is effective by the computers which make up the network that audit the transaction. If all the computers review the transaction and verify the details are correct, the system of all the participants in the blockchain are updated. Okay, the system, the computer works together to ensure that each transaction is valid before it is added to the blockchain. Uh, like I discussed, it is decentralized network of computers that ensure the single system cannot be added to the chain of blocks, right? So these are the various advantages of blockchain. Okay, this again alters talks about the immutable ledgers. Okay, uh, so it's that we have a example of cryptocurrency, like I told you, classic example of uh, blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, the bitcoins. Okay, nowadays we generally have investments in cryptocurrency. Okay, now the relevance of blockchain technology to accountants. Okay, how does the accountants use blockchain technology? Okay, to reduce the cost of maintaining and reconciling the ledgers. Okay, the accountants does not uses blockchain technology, so they does not have to maintain the ledgers or change them now and then. Okay, if one change happens, it is verified first. Okay, it has a high degree of security. Okay, it has a unique code, right? So reduced cost and maintaining of reconciling and ledgers. Okay, um, providing absolute certainty over the ownership and the history of assets, the existence of obligations and measurement of amount owned to a business and owned by a business. Okay, freeing up the time to allow staff to concentrate on other responsibilities such as planning, valuation, reporting, etc., rather than record keeping. Now when time is saved here, so automatically we have free time to invest somewhere else. Okay, so accountants generally nowadays use blockchain technology. Now, what is cybersecurity? Okay, so cybersecurity is the protection of internet connected systems. Okay, we talk about cybersecurity or cyber attacks in like on a large scale nowadays. Okay, so there are various kinds of cyber attacks, I would say. Okay, to in data and information. Okay, so what are these types? First is the malware are, for example, installation of viruses into the computer system. Okay, the worms, the viruses or the trojans are all the varieties of malwares. Okay, and all these are different. They all corrupt the system or the data in a different way. Okay, now phishing. What is phishing? Phishing is, for example, we get unknown mails or unknown messages to click on certain links, so we'll get certain rewards or certain points or certain money. So such kinds of crimes are phishing, comes under the category of phishing. Denial of attack, service attack. What is denial of service attack? Certain times we go to a website and we get 404 service denied. We get certain types of messages, so those are denial of service attacks. Okay, the cyber criminals deny you the service. Okay, so that the system, the website gets corrupted or so. And the man in the middle. Man in the middle is again, we for example, we go to a website and it shows that the certain website has moved to other pages or other web links, we get certain web links over there to access the website. So those are the man in the middle attacks. Okay, so these are the kinds of cyber attacks. Okay, now we have a case study over here. Okay, and with this, okay, we move to the next topic of protection of IT systems and the software in a business. Now, what are the protections that we can take in our IT systems and software to protect the data? For we have certain potential threats. Okay, for example, the natural disasters, which are the flood and the fire, for example. So, okay, so what are the solutions we can take? We can take fire procedures, the location, the physical environment, and the backup procedures. Fire procedures are the alarms, so that the alarms ring. The extinguishers we have installed everywhere. Okay, wherever we go, in malls, in offices, we have fire extinguishers, the wall installed extinguishers. So as soon as the smoke reaches to those fire alarms, they ring and the extinguishers automatically starts. Okay, and we have insurance covers. Okay, now the location we can keep changing the location. Okay, of of our of our systems. Okay, so that they are safe. Okay, for example, not in a basement area prone to flooding. Okay, uh, like that. Now the physical environment, the air conditioning and the dust control, the backup procedures, we can take regular backups of the data, so to allow easy recovery of data even if it gets damaged. Now the malfunctions is the computer hardwares or the computer softwares. Okay, they get corrupted, so we can get a better designs, network designs, to cope up with the high volume of data. The backup procedures. Okay, so to get a easy recovery of data. The viruses, kind of viruses get involved, like we studied over here, the malwares, if they are in our computers. Okay, so uh, what are the procedures we can do to protect our data from the viruses? We can have an antivirus installed in our computers. We can have a formal check, a regular check, and the security policy and procedures. Okay, and we can have a regular audit to check for unauthorized access, like I told you. Now hackers, how can we protect our data from the hackers? Again, the firewalls softwares, the passwords, and the usernames. Okay, to limit those unauthorized access. Okay, now electronic eavesdropping, what is electronic eavesdropping? Like, for example, if I am entering some ID or password to get the information in a database, for example, and someone eavesdrops, someone peeps in my computer system, so how can I use them? So changing of those passwords and usernames on a daily basis, or data encryption. Okay, so data is scrambled prior to transmission and is recovered in a readable format once transmission is complete. Okay, now human errors. So human errors can be reduced by training. So with this we comes to the end of the chapter. Now just test understandings are remaining, so let's quickly discuss all of them. Okay, so the first test understanding number 1 is, it says, consider the following statements. Number 1, good information must be obtained cheaply. Okay, and information consists of raw facts and figures which are recorded but not yet processed in a useful form. Which of the following above statement are correct? So both the statements are wrong, because the second is the definition of a data, and good information can be obtained with by giving a huge amount of money, but it should be cost effective. Okay, with the, what do I mean by cost effective? That the decision that is being derived from that information should cover the cost of that information. Okay, so it is neither. Okay, now the next test to understanding number 2. Operational level managers need information that is dash term and comes mainly from dash sources. Which of the following complete correctly completes the statement above? Long, short, internal, external. So it is basically operational level managers need short term information first. Okay, and from the internal sources it comes. So it is 2 and 3. Now test your understanding number 4. What does test your understanding number 4 says? Consider the following statements. Expert systems tend to be very expensive, meaning that their use is restricted to strategic level staff only. Okay, and each decision support system tends to be tailored for the organization that it operates. So the first one is wrong because it can be used by any levels. Okay, and the second one is right. Decision support systems are tailor-made. So the answer to this statement to this is B. Okay, now the test understanding number 5. What does test understanding number 5 says? Which of the following is not an advantage of database have over the spreadsheets? Less training, better security, less duplication of information in greater ease. So it is A. Spreadsheets require less training, whereas databases has better security. Then there is no duplication of information required, and easier access is there. Much more easier access is there in databases. Okay. Now test to understand number 6. Which three of the following are the advantages of cloud computing? Okay. Scalability, contract management, reliance on the third party, potential job loss, or reduced flexibility for employees. So it is not scalability or reduced flexibility to employees. It is definitely contract management, the lies to the third party, and potential job loss. Okay, how potential job loss? Since we have a lot of data on already stored in the cloud computing, so the people who can collect data and process it in information, they are not our use anymore. So it gives potential job loss. Okay, it creates potential job loss. Now what is the test understanding number 7? What are the artificial intelligence? What is artificial intelligence? Programming with your own intelligence, making the machine intelligence, putting more memory into the computer, or backing up data, enabling efficient data recovery. So it is making the machine intelligent. Okay, putting more data, or backing up more data, or putting up more memory, okay, is not what artificial intelligence means. Okay, so now test to understand number 8. Sarah has recently started looking at the ways of gathering big data for her business. She is concerned that some of the sources of data that she has chosen are unreliable and therefore lead her to inaccurate conclusions. Which of Gartner's features may be losing from Sarah's big data? Okay, velocity, veracity, variety, or volume. Okay, so it is definitely veracity. Veracity is the accuracy or the truthfulness. Okay, variety and velocity we have, volume we have. It's just that the veracity which we does not have. Okay, so test your understanding number 7 is not something which we get in this form. We'll get either the MCQs or the multiple choice questions or the fill in the blanks. Okay, so it's not what we expect in the organization in the examination to see. So let's move to test your understanding number 10. Test your understanding number 10 says, which of the following is not the example of phishing attack? Phishing attack, like we studied, are the uh, criminal websites, the emails that we receive, or the messages, the links we receive. Okay, so you receive an email from an acquaintance who you rarely in contact with, to with that connects only to a web link, or you get an email that appears with the to be from a bank asking you to enter your account number and password, but the website looks unfamiliar. You receive a text message claiming you won a contest and asks you to click on the link. So all these three are the examples of phishing. Okay, all these three are the examples of phishing. So it is answer number D. Now test to understand number 11. Consider the two statements. A transaction processing system, which is the TPS, would normally be used by operational level managers. okay, and data is facts and figures that has been processed, so it is information that has been processed, so it is A. Okay, now test to understand number 13. A business has recently installed the information system that allows historic analysis of the business results as well as the creation of budgets and predictions about future operations. Okay, which of the following information system has the business installed? A TPS, an ES, an MIS, or an executive information system. So the management information system is the one, okay, which has been installed since it has the historic data as well as the current data. Okay, it does not have the outside data. If it had the outside data, it would have been the executive information system. So it is the management information system. Okay, now test to understand number 13. Test to understand number 13 says JBN Public Limited Company is a multinational retailer which is considering opening its first ever store in country B. JBN has no experience of trading in country B but is unsure whether consumers will choose to shop in its stores or what reactions of existing retailers in country B will be, so it to will be to its entry. Okay, what are the type of information systems could JBN use to help it choose whether to open a new store or not? MIS, ES, EIS or DSS. Okay, so MIS and EIS will be used when TPS is set up, and TPS will be set up when the new stores would be open. So these are not of our use. Now expert system. Expert system will again be used when the new store will be open. Now the decision to whether to open the store or not will be given to us by the decision support system. Okay, now next test to understand. Test to understand number 14 says James has to analyze the historic results for his business over the last 10 years. He wishes to represent the information using a series of graphs that he can show to the potential investors. Which of the following application must be used by James? Okay, database, data spreadsheets, accountancy packages, or desktop publishing. So it's not it must be, it will be spreadsheets because it is easier, okay, to analyze and present in a spreadsheet. Okay, not by databases or accountancy packages or desktop publishing. Okay, now let's move to test and understand number 15. Test to understand number 15 has two parts. Okay, so what are these? Let's discuss. There are a number of different information systems that may be used within an organization. These includes DSS, TPS, EIS, and MIS. Okay, identify which of the above systems is associated with each of the following descriptions by selecting A, B, C, or D. Converts information about basic transactions into information that will be helped to use the tactical managers. Obviously, it is the MIS. Okay, records all the daily transactions within the organization and summarize them periodically. Okay, it is definitely TPS. Now a tailor made system, with the help of tailor made system we get that it is DSS and provides internal and external information to strategic managers. It is EIS, that is the executive information system. Now below is the list of characteristics: cost free, um, easy to use, rapid, adaptable, perfect, cautious, and factual. Which two of the following are the characteristics of good information? Okay, we need to select two. Now we have an acronym of accurate. Okay, we know that the characteristics of good information is accurate, which stands for accurate. Okay, cost, and which stands for accuracy, cost, complete, understandable, relevant, adaptable, timely, and easy to use. Okay, so the points that are matching are easy to use and adaptable. It may or may not be cost free. Okay, it may be we may have got that information, okay, not rapidly but over a period of time. Okay, it may or may not be perfect, no evidence of cautious or factuals are present in that acronym. So it is B and D. So let's move to the next test understanding. So how is the delivery of on demand computing resources, otherwise known AI, the internet of things, the big data, or cloud computing. So it is cloud computing. Okay. And the which three of the following statements which three of the following statements relating to big data are true? Big data, number one, big data refers to any financial data over 1 million. No, it's not true. The defining characteristics of big data: volume, variety, and veracity, which is true. Managing big data effectively can lead to increased competitive advantage, which is true. Now the term big data means data that comes from many sources. uh, Not basically, because it big data is not that something that come from many sources, but it is the volume rather that defines a big data. And big data consists of financial or non-financial information, which is true. So it is B, C, and E. Okay, so with this we come to the end of the chapter. So I hope the chapter was well understood and I was able to explain what I meant to. Okay, if you have any comments, please feel free to comment in the comment section below, and I will try to respond to your doubts as soon as possible. If you like the video, please do like, share, and subscribe to my channel, and stay tuned for the further videos. Thank you.